Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today, I will share with you some tips and advice kung paano ba magpatitulo ng lupa if portion lang ang nabili mo or bibilhin mo. Specifically, we will answer one of the questions that was sent to me in our page by Sir Jerry. Here's his message. Hi Attorney J. Napanood ko yung video sa YouTube pero may hinahanap ako kaso mukhang wala dun sa video niyo. Paano po kung sa pagpapatitulo, maraming nakabili, pina-survey na namin, paano namin mapapatituluhan individually? Thanks. Sir Jerry's concern was actually the concern of the many people. It actually represents questions that was often asked to us. Especially that I am also partnering with my sister, who is a geodetic engineer, and we both manage a law and surveying office. Okay, let's presume you have already conducted due diligence, you have exercised caution in deciding whether or not to buy a land. Nakapag-decide ka na, bibilhin mo ang lupa or nabili mo na ang lupa. So, what now? Paano ba ang dapat na gawin after? Your question now would then be, what is the procedure where only portions of land ang iyong binili or nabili? Let's discuss about it short after this intro. If you have just bought a portion of land, then the very first step na kailangan mong gawin is you will need to have the land surveyed and subdivided into separate lots. Ipa-survey at subdivide ang lupa. This means that you will need to pay the survey and subdivision costs, among many other costs associated with the titling process. You have to hire a licensed geodetic engineer to have your land be surveyed and subdivided. This is to carve out the portion of the land that you are buying or that you bought from the whole land. It is to determine the exact metes and bounds ng lupa na iyong bibilhin or binili. Ang licensed geodetic engineer ang gagawa ng survey plan, which is dapat maipa-approved sa DENR or Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Again, from the geodetic engineer, you need to have approved survey plan consisting of sepia, blueprint with narrative technical description. Ito po ay kakailanganin ninyo dahil the Register of Deeds will not issue any transfer certificate of title to you until a plan of such land showing the portion or portions into which it has been subdivided and the corresponding technical descriptions shall have been verified and approved. Step 2. Execute deed of absolute sale or transfer documents. Note, we have actually discussed this process in our previous videos. If gusto nyo rin yung panoorin, if hindi nyo na pa napapanood, I will put a link at the end of this video. Nandun ang mas detalyadong explanation tungkol sa process. However, para sa video na ito, i-discuss rin naman natin briefly and concisely ang process. Again, the deed of absolute sale should expressly states the technical description ng lupa na iyong bibilhin or binili. Upang maging valid, dapat din nakasaad ang petsa at ang lokasyon ng paggawa nito. Wastong pagkakakilanlan ng ari-arian or ng lupa, at ang pangalan at address ng mamimili at nagbibenta. Take note also that the date of notarization is the starting point of tax liabilities. Ang petsa ng notarization ay ang pagbabasihan sa pagbabayad ng buwis, particularly yung capital gains tax at documentary stamp tax. Dapat within 30 days from the time na nagpirmahan at nagpanotaryo ng deed of sale, ay mabayaran sa BIR ang mga tax liabilities para maiwasan ang mga penalties kasi additional gastos din po iyon if ever, which will then bring us to the next step. So step 3. Secure Certificate Authorizing Registration. Ito ay makukuha mo sa BIR. In order to secure Certificate Authorizing Registration, kailangan mo munang bayaran ang capital gains tax and ang documentary stamp tax. Ang documentary stamp tax is about 1.5% or 15 pesos per 1,000 pesos. And yung capital gains tax is 6% based on the higher amount between the gross selling price na kung saan ay makikita sa deed of absolute sale or sa zonal value or yung fair market value ng lupa. At ang sabi ko nga kanina, dapat within 30 days from the time na nagpirmahan at nagpanotaryo ng deed of sale ay mabayaran sa BIR ang mga tax liabilities para maiwasan ang mga dagdag na gastos dahil sa penalties and surcharges. Now, step 4. Pay the transfer fee on property and transfer tax. So, after mong makuha certificate authorizing registration, you need to pay the transfer fees and tax before the Provincial Treasurer's Office. Lastly, sa Register of Deeds. The Register of Deeds will have some requirements you need to submit and satisfy depending on your situation. In this case, dahil nga portion lang ang lupang nabili mo, then for sure, yung sinabi ko kanina, you need to submit yung copy ng deed of sale and the approved subdivision plan. And syempre, kailangan nyo pong hiramin ang owner's duplicate copy ng titulo. The Register of Deeds will require you to present it para mag-issue ng title in your name. The deed of conveyance or yung pagbibenta po ninyo or yung deed of absolute sale in the meanwhile may be annotated on the seller's certificate of title. Ito po ang magsisilbing notice to third person na yung portion na yun ay naibenta na sa inyo, pending actual issuance ng corresponding transfer certificate of title in your name. Then, much later, if na-comply nyo na lahat ng requirements, the Register of Deeds shall issue a new transfer certificate of title in your name for the portion ng lupa na nabili nyo. And yung kay seller na certificate of title will then be canceled partially as to that portion na naibenta sa inyo. But, if the seller so desires, pwede rin naman yung certificate of title niya may be totally canceled and mag-i-issue na lang ng bagong title sa kanya for the remaining portion of the land. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like, paki-share na rin po sa mga kakilala nyo na maaaring nangangailangan din ng mga impormasyong ito. And if hindi pa kayo nakakapag-subscribe, pa-subscribe na rin po and pa-click ng notification bell para ma-notify ka sa mga new video uploads. Salamat!